Please be aware this was recorded during the closed beta, which means things could change, numbers may be tweaked, and I will add captions to this video if they do. However, I do not expect playstyles to change, but I will come back and redo the guide if required. D.Va, aka Hannah Song, is a pro gamer drafted into the Korean military's Mech program to defend the country from giant robots. She streams her combat engagements so her fans don't miss her. I don't think Twitch has a warfare section yet, but maybe they should if they don't want to fall behind a Freaka or a Zubu. Let's get into her abilities and see what she's all about. D.Va's weapon is her fusion cannons, automatic short-range spread weapons. These mini automatic shotguns have a small spread of 8 pellets that deal 3 damage each for a total of 24 damage from each blast. The damage does fall off quickly. At 10 meters and over, the pellets do 2 damage, and anything over 20 meters they drop down to 1 damage each. She fires 7 times a second for a maximum damage output of 168 damage a second at close range. They do not have a resource and fire forever, but D.Va's movement speed is greatly reduced while firing. Any headshots landed are double damage. D.Va's shift ability is boosters. Fly in the direction you are facing. These last 2 seconds and propel D.Va around the map quickly. Any enemies you ram in the face will take 25 damage and be knocked back a short distance. You can cancel the ability at any time by clicking either mouse button. D.Va's E ability is Defense Matrix. Block projectiles in an area in front of you. This lasts 2 seconds and just evaporates any projectiles it touches. It is projectiles only, so any spray weapons are not stopped. This includes attacks from Mei, Winston, Zarya, and Symmetra. D.Va's passive is Eject! D.Va ejects out of her mech when it is destroyed. While out of her mech, D.Va only has use of a light gun and an ultimate. The pistol deals 14 damage a shot with no reduction over any range and fires about 7 times a second for 100 DPS. Any headshots landed are double damage. D.Va's ultimate when out of her mech is Call Mech. D.Va calls down a new mech. Not a lot to say, a new mech falls out of the sky. It is near impossible to pull it off in game, but if you call the mech down onto an enemy, it will deal 50 damage to them. D.Va's ultimate while in her mech is self-destruct. D.Va ejects and overloads her mech, causing it to explode after a short time. It takes 4 seconds before it explodes, and when it does, it deals 1000 damage at the epicenter, but falls off the further from the blast you are. If boosters are used before pressing Q, the boosters will burn out their usual 2-second duration even without D.Va inside. Once the old mech explodes, D.Va's out of mech ultimate will fully charge and she can cool down a new mech straight away. Okay, that's the ability, so when should you play D.Va? She is an offensive secondary tank. Her whole kit is designed around assaulting a fortified location, but she does not have a huge amount to protect her team, so she is usually better with a Reinhardt or Winston. There is rarely a reason to play D.Va on defense, as she does not have anything to offer against a sustained assault. However, on payload maps the defending team may want to assault the payload to slow down the attacking team. Having another tank on the team frees D.Va up to do what she does best, getting in the enemy's face and causing havoc. She is an incredibly aggressive hero who excels at forcing enemies to move back or be annihilated by her close range damage. Use her boosters to get up close and personal with enemy defenders like Widowmaker, Hanzo and Torbjorn. Blast them with her fusion cannons or make them find a quick exit. Either way, you're clearing a path for your team to push through. Remember, anyone you crash into whilst boosting will take damage and be knocked back. This is great for disorientating enemies or moving them into more vulnerable positions, but sometimes you can push them off the map. 400 of D.Va's 500 health is armor. Armor reduces all incoming damage by 5, or if the damage dealt is less than 10, it will reduce it by half. This means D.Va is especially tanky against high fire rate heroes like Tracer and Soldier 76. This does not include Bastion, as his sentry mode will still drill through D.Va pretty quickly. Apart from her bulky frame, D.Va doesn't have a lot to offer her team in terms of protection, but Defense Matrix is incredibly powerful when coordinated with teammates to take out enemy threats. Your team gets to shoot at them while they cannot shoot back. It's especially good at shutting down ultimates from heroes like Roadhog, Soldier 76, Reaper and Pharah, or even a Sentry Mode Bastion. The 2 seconds should be more than enough for your team to take them down before they can get their damage off. When out of her mech, D.Va is incredibly vulnerable with only 150 health, but she presents a very small target and can output a lot of damage. The high fire rate means this damage is fairly easy to land and you can score kills while out of her mech, but most of the time you're just trying to stay alive while charging up a new mech as quickly as you can. D.Va's weakness is her incredibly short range and large hitbox. While the low cooldown boosters go a long way to help with the short range weapons, the large hitbox makes D.Va an easy target for Junkrat, Roadhog and Zenyatta. Mei and Zarya will also cause her problems as they can stop D.Va dealing damage and bypass her defense matrix. D.Va's ultimate is very powerful but will rarely kill multiple enemies, especially against experienced players. You can use the boosters to drop the overloaded mech on the enemy from unexpected places, but even then good players will hear it coming and take cover. But forcing the enemy to take cover is powerful in itself. Self-destruct is one of the best zoning tools in the game, and while it will kill you, it will not damage your team. Use it to start a coordinated attack. Send the overloaded mech in first and have your team quickly follow it up. This will force the enemy out of their defensive position and take out any automated turrets from Torbjorn or Symmetra, and maybe a slow Sentry Mode Bastion. You can then jump back into a new mech and join the fight. Don't just use your ultimate to grab a shiny new mech if your old one is destroyed in combat. Naked D.Va does some pretty decent damage, and it is usually worth dying and respawning if it means keeping your ultimate for use with your team. And that about wraps it up for D.Va. Use your boosters to play a hit and run playstyle at enemy defenders to charge your ultimate, then coordinate an attack with your team, clearing a path with self-destruct and protecting everyone from big threats with Defense Matrix. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click that like button. If you have any questions or disagree with anything said, please put it in the comments below. I'm intending to have all 21 release heroes covered before the game is out on May 24th, so subscribe to get all that future content. Take it easy, and I'll see you soon.